Hey everyone, it's Justine with a brand new series this week. It's going to run every day and it's on organization, something I get asked about all the time. So today's episode is going to focus on the craft table in general, what is at your fingertips, and I'm going to give you some helpful tips along the way on how to do this. Now, I'm filming without a tripod, so I tried my very best not to shake, so I'm really sorry if I do at some places, but this is my craft area. It is the corner of a living room, which means I have to stay neat and organized. I clean up after every single project just to make it easier. I've also created some ways to organize, and I'm going to go into more detail further on in the year about organization and what works and what doesn't for me personally, but this is just a general overview series on how I organize. So there's my tabletop. You can see I have my craft area, I have my craft mat. And I have everything in easy access out in the open to view that is important to my everyday crafting. The other things can be put away in drawers. That is not so important. So here I have things like my palette knife, my craft knife, I have my scissors, colored pens, white gel pen, embossing bag, a spoon for my white embossing powder, and my tweezers. I have a pick-me-up tool, just those general tools that you need handy access to. And I also have my paper towels, which are important when working with water, so I always have a roll there on the side. Here I have a whiteboard, so usually this is quite cluttered. I have my sentiment for the year, which is if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you, which is kind of like my mantra for the year. I try to pick sort of a general word or phrase for the year to live by, and that's this year's. I also have my hex chart there for my Copic markers for easy reference. You can see I have my camera tripod there hanging there at the top from which I film by. I often have things like my work schedule or upcoming projects that I need to complete in a checklist on the side as well. Now we're going to move up to the top here, and these are all at easy access. I just kind of pull them down when I need them. I have 3 boxes for my stamps. They're organized by company, and I'll go through those in tomorrow's episode, exactly how I organize those for Cling and Clear. And then I have this box here, which is just kind of my general storage, labeling, and then things I need. So half the box has die storage and stamp storage, and the other half of the box has things like pre-cut card bases and card panels. Those are for easy access, and I hope one day to have a craft room big enough to put those into separate boxes. I also have my stencil box up there and my embossing box, so anytime I want to stencil or emboss, I have my box right here. I pull it down, I have all my stencils, all my embossing powders, my brushes, and things like that. Now down here, I have my dies in this small box. I have a glue bottle just handy to grab anytime I need it, and my art journals there on the side. Here I have my mini inks. These are the most often color inks that I use. So I use Altenew, Tim Holtz, and then my So Susie inks. Those are stored in these Tim Holtz tins, which I really like. And then I have my Copic markers underneath that. And I'm hoping that I can get some sort of system where I can separate all my browns, reds, pinks, and things like that. I'm thinking of actually switching the mini inks out of there and putting in a little bit of shelving for the Copics, but that's how I have them for now. And I have enough Copics or very little Copics so that I'm able to organize no problem. Here I have my 6x6 paper or general small paper. All my 12x12 paper I cut into 6x6 panels, and all my 8.5x11 I cut into 4.25 by 5.5, just because I make cards pretty much exclusively. I have my giveaways here. And then I have my oversized stamps, so my background stamps and my Tim Holtz stamps and my paintbrushes for easy access. And then the other thing that's important is what are in your top drawers. So I'm just going to show you my 2 top drawers here, which are also good for quick and easy access as I'm crafting. So I have my craft mat, my black inks, and my full distress inks, my full colors. And then I have here, which used to be absolutely chaotic and crazy, this drawer. I realized having a very simplified drawer helps a lot. I have my baby wipes in the back. I have my Misty stamping tool, my paper cutter, my white embossing powder, and then in the back I just have things like staples. I have some antibacterial, because antibacterial cleans up a craft area actually really well. And that is my craft tabletop. So just remember, anything that's you use on a regular basis, you want to have on your tabletop or very close, so that's just a hand reach away and it doesn't become a pain. I noticed that it hindered my crafting when I had my stencils and embossing powder away. I didn't want to do that technique because I had to get out all my stuff. Having this box was a great solution. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 2, which is going to focus on stamping, and I hope you'll join me then. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you all this week.